Let's go in depth right now. We're looking at what a New Hampshire win really means for a candidate and using history to provide some context here. That's why Daniel Marin is joining me right now. He heads up our campaign context series. So what can you tell us about this?
Well, Jennifer, so digital data reporter Christopher Adams and I, we went back and we looked at the past 6 election cycles all the way back to the year 2000. And for Republicans in New Hampshire, a win there has been a pretty good indicator, a good predictor of them going on to win the party's nomination, but not necessarily the presidency. Now, we have a graph that we want to show you. If you look at the right side, you see the names that match up in red there. Well, 5 of the 6 candidates who won at New Hampshire went on to win the Republican nomination. Now, as for who went on to win the general election, well, you can see only George W. Bush in 2004 and then Donald Trump in 2016. Now, we should point out, of course, that there are a lot of things that play into a candidate's success in the primary, and a win in New Hampshire certainly isn't a guarantee for Republicans, but it does give some context into why the candidates typically campaign so hard. They're trying to get some momentum.
Okay, so that makes sense. What about the Democrats?
All right, Democrats, if we can look at that graph one more time. Now, since the year 2000, 3 Democrats who won the primary race in New Hampshire went on to get the party nomination, but only Barack Obama went on to win the general election. And Jen, a little more context, it is an unprecedented situation for Democrats in New Hampshire today. That's because they don't have a sanctioned primary race there today after the state refused to comply with the Democratic National Committee's new calendar, which puts South Carolina actually as the first nominating states for the Democrats. And New Hampshire has been stripped of most of its delegates because of that.
Okay, and speaking of South Carolina, you'll be back after that to provide a little more context for us.
Yeah, a lot more context to provide. Of course, we're going to be watching South Carolina. And then tomorrow, we're also going to take a look at some recent claims that former President Donald Trump made about Nikki Haley's position on the border wall.
All right, Daniel Marin, thanks so much for joining us.
All right, thanks for being here with you.